Black. It's Wednesday. Just coming to you live. Got a few things to talk to you about, man. You know, boy, I tell you, life is tough sometimes, but we just have to make it through. And I won't get into all of that. I just want to say hello to all of you. Happy you're joining me. Good to see you all out there. My Facebook and all my and each and every one of you, you are really, really important to me. I'm trying to pull you up. Had a good day today so far. I played golf today, and so I want to send a shout out to my golf partners I played with today, Chris Osborne and Carnell Howell. Now, you know, everybody knows I love golf. I love golf, and I love, I guess, Brown. This is Crown Royal. Cheers. Cheers to all of you. But typically when golfers say things like, man, the course was in really good shape. It was a beautiful day out today. I really enjoyed the camaraderie. That means we didn't play that good. That means we probably got beat. So let me just say, it was a beautiful day today. I really enjoyed the camaraderie. The golf course was in great shape. And so you could take it from there about how my game was. So anyway, had a good time. So thanks, Carnell, and Chris for joining me. Look forward to, getting with you guys again real soon. That was fun. It was a lot of fun. So a few things I want to talk about today, in addition to Crown. And this is, for my buddies that like Crown. And my brother Glenn, and I hadn't had Crown in a while. I like Brown, and I've been drinking the Basil Hayden and Uncle Nearest, Woodford Reserve, Little Maker's Mark, for the most part on these broadcasts. Anyway, I hadn't had Crown in a while. And Crown is smooth, So I like Crown. It's really good. So we've been witnessing some things over this last week that I just want to kind of talk about while I pull this up. But I think it's important that we as we think about, especially, and these are about the two trials that are going on, the Rittenhouse trial, and then the trial with the two McMichael guys, Greg and Travis McMichael, and Roddy Brian, I think his name is. The difference between the justice system for white folks and for black folks. Now, keep in mind, Ahmaud Arbery didn't have any justice because, the Roddy Brian saw him jogging in a neighborhood, accused or assumed that he had done something wrong, approached him with a weapon, and executed. I mean, that's exactly what happened. I mean, I don't know any other way of putting it. This guy was unarmed. There are three of him. Yeah, so he didn't steal anything, but even if he did, does that require execution or does not? And so they see him running a neighborhood. If you remember, Brunswick, Georgia is where the trial's taking place. Hey, Benny, what's up? William Spells, what's up? And they execute him. And their attorney, and I think he's trying to game the system with this and trying to get a mistrial to buy time for his client to say that he doesn't think that Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, black ministers, soon as it's going to be any minister, to be in the courtroom. That's a public courtroom. But he wants to say that the presence of a Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, black minister, and who knows where that goes. Next thing you know, say if any black people in the courtroom, then that's a problem. So just being in the courtroom, he wants to say that that is some way prejudicing the jury, and that he ought to get a mistrial. You know, that's you know, and I don't think that's going to happen. But I just want to show you and just draw this distinction in between justice for white folks and justice for black folks, especially justice for three white men, as I said before, that chased down a man that's jogging who happens to be black, who is unarmed, and who shoot him at point blank range. This man presents no threat to them, to their bodily harm, and they want to claim self-defense. I mean, this is really ludicrous. But even more ludicrous is the fact that their attorney has the unmitigated gall to get up and say that the presence of a popular black person in the courtroom, not as a witness, not as a lawyer, just in the courtroom giving comfort and solace and support to the family, is means for a mistrial. And Colonel Sanders' remark was utterly ridiculous. Now, Rittenhouse is another issue. Now, here's a kid, and I'd say he's a kid because I think he was 17 or 18 when this incident happened. He travels across state lines with an assault rifle. He's a white kid. Maybe I should start with that. Here's a white kid travels across state lines with an assault rifle to a Black Lives Matter rally. Travel across state lines to a Black Lives Matter rally with his assault rifle. What's he want there? I mean, what's the purpose? First of all, he's not going to the rally to support Black Lives Matter. So that's pretty obvious. Okay. He says he's going with some of his buddies to protect white property. I'm not drinking to that, I'm just drinking. Black Lives Matter rally. Young guy, assault rifle that he had no business with. Shouldn't have been able to obtain it or own it. The person who got it for him ought to also face some sort of prosecution, and maybe he will. But he travels to a Black Lives Matter rally, and he ends up killing 2 people and wounding a third. And he claims self-defense. Now, frankly, from what I have seen by watching CNN, he may have a better case than I think McMichaels and Bryan have in Georgia. Of course, the difference may be the fact that they're in Georgia with all white juries, and he's up there with practically all white juries. So, you know, we got to get over that part at first. But why are you at a Black Lives Matter rally with an assault rifle? Period. Not even in your home state. So what we know is the case, and it didn't take these 2 instances to tell us. What we do know is we do know that there is a dual justice system in this country, and I think what we're seeing play out with these 2 trials is just more evidence of the fact that that the justice system in America does not treat white and black the same. And if you ever want to figure that out, you know, just watch the accounts of these 2 proceedings. And even though the judge in Georgia is very strong, and I was happy that he admonished the defense attorney the way he did, at the same time, we got a jury. And to be not guilty by a jury only takes one. to have a mistrial. And so just we need to be aware, but we need to be cognizant of the fact that the justice system does not. The lady, the woman with the scales, with the blindfold, no, it's not equal and fair. It's definitely not equal and fair. So just shifting gears. Wow, just thinking about what's happening, and I mentioned this last week and the week before last, and I didn't use the term, but Steve Bannon getting indicted and the stuff they did around the stealing of the election, the big lie, as we began to call it. This country is not just headed for trouble. America is already in trouble. I mean, we're in trouble. When you look at the fact that I think all but 2 Republicans did not vote to censor Gosa. I think just 2. It may have been more than 2. But the overwhelming majority of the Republicans in the House of Representatives of the United States of America didn't think that it was enough wrong with this man using a cartoon depicting himself killing another member of Congress to censor him. And many of them said that it was wrong for the Democrats to do that. America is really in trouble. America's in trouble when a Steve Bannon can thumb his nose at the Congress of the United States. And yes, he got indicted, but even if he gets some time, it'll be 30 days, probably at the most. We're in trouble. I mean, we've got these agents of animus, agents of confusion, agents of upsetting the apple cart, people who have sworn, it seems, oaths of allegiance to some demonic force that says they are going to wreck this country. And the wrecking of America, brothers and sisters, whether you believe it or not, or whether you want to admit it or not, it is already taking place. It was taking place before January 6th. It was taking place before Trump got elected. It is already taking place because we have this rank and just nasty, vile, and vicious partisanship that says, I will go along with wrong as long as the wrong comes with my colors. I will go along with it as evil as long as the evil comes in a shirt that I approve of, in a jersey that I approve of, as long as the evil comes from my tribe and not your tribe. And so these agents of animus who are feeding this hostility and feeding these ill feelings are motivated to do stuff. And so they're motivated to do stuff like they did on January 6th. They're motivated to do stuff like they did in Charlottesville. They're motivated to do stuff that we need to be concerned about. And we need to be concerned at all levels. And I want to say to my white friends, especially you all who may be Republicans, you need to be concerned about that. And I know you want to win. We all want our parties to win. We all want our football team to win. We all want to win. We all want our jersey colors to win. But at some point, winning is not the right thing. So if you win with a deceitful hand, if you win because you cheated, if you win because you fixed the game, then it's not really winning. And sometimes that kind of winning is going to come back. So I just don't think that we can continue to play footsie with people who incite this kind of political violence. And I thought back today as I was just thinking about, what was happening, to what Dr. King said in his letter from the Birmingham jail to the white ministers right here in Birmingham. And basically, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but what he said was, if you don't speak out against wrong, you condone it. And so if you call yourself a good patriot, a good American, a good citizen, a righteous person, a Christian, a religious person, somebody who is God-fearing, all of those things, and you don't speak out against obvious wrong. Now, you and I don't always have to agree on what's right and wrong, and I get that. But some things are obviously wrong. And I think that the things that are happening in Congress are obviously wrong. Storming the Capitol of the United States is obviously wrong. Lying about the election of the president is obviously wrong. Showing cartoons of a congressman killing another congressperson, assaulting the president of the United States is obviously wrong. And so unless we're going to speak out against the things that are obviously wrong, regardless of where they come from, regardless of who does them, regardless of the color of the jersey, regardless of the tribe, if we don't do that, then we put ourselves in a position to continue to have problems and to promote these agents of animus to a point where they have more and more power, where hostility and ill feeling, where fights, where lies, and where the kind of trepidation that we have to feel knowing that we live in that kind of society will be crippling to us. It will be crippling to society. It will be crippling to our economy. It could be crippling to our way of life. No, we're in trouble, and we've got to stop it. And we can't stop it with just people who are quote unquote liberal, quote unquote moderate, or quote unquote conservative, whatever label you want to wear. We all got to stop it. We have to point out wrong, whether it comes from my friends, your friends, my jersey, your jersey, my team or your team. We got to point out wrong, and we've got to do something about it. If we do not, then we're condoning this animus, and condoning the animus is going to hurt us all. Hey, I'll see you guys again next week. This is Bob Dickerson with In the Black. See you soon.